Ralph, pre-season is now well underway. We're here in Austria on the first training camp of the summer. How excited are you now that things are really starting to heat up here in the summer?
I'm very excited. I think the guys came back with good condition and with all the work they have to do in the break. And I think we have a good level, a good basic fundament to start immediately in the hard sessions. So far without any problems, and enjoyed it a lot.
You came into Southampton obviously in the middle of last season. How valuable is it to you now to have an entire pre-season to prepare for the new campaign?
Yeah, it's very important for me to have the group this whole 6 weeks where we can try something new, and we can work on the fundamentals also, but develop our game in every part. I think we need this time, and we have all the facilities here to work hard and to develop our game. And it is something of a bonus time you have with the guys, without pressure of winning games or something like that. And so you can focus on a lot of things what you want to improve with the guys.
How are things different for you now compared to what you were able to do last season? Now that you've kind of got this length of time, are you able to introduce new things and some stuff that maybe you weren't able to try to teach the guys last season?
Yeah, the only difficulty is that we don't have every player from the beginning here. So now they are coming back from their international breaks, or some players have played international games, so they're coming later. But this is something every club has to handle. So we do, and for us it's important that when they are coming back, then they are in good shape, and then we can immediately work with them and with the team. And we have 22 field players here, plus 4 goalkeepers, and a few young guys are also with us. And I think the group can slightly change in the next weeks, but in the core, it's the group we want to start in the season.
Austria this week, obviously your home country, which must be a nice experience for you. What are, I guess, the main things specifically this week that you're wanting to get out of it?
Yeah, it's a very nice area here. I think it's perfect, not far away from the hotel. The hotel is very nice. The weather, when it stays like this, it's fantastic. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, so we can really work very hard. And we have the work against the ball is this week one of our topics. They were 2 months away, the guys, and it's important that they get to know again what it's about playing football for Southampton. And so it's about fresh up everything, and also preparing for the friendly games following in the next weeks. We can use different shapes maybe, or trying something new, and that's what we will do in the next weeks.
2 new signings already this summer. Obviously Musa Yenepo comes in a bit later given his Africa Cup of Nations involvement, but how nice has it been to have Che Adams here effectively from the start of pre-season?
Yeah, I think it's important for him to be immediately part of the group. I think he enjoys what we do so far with him, and it shows that he is a very robust and good team player. I think it's important that he gets to know as soon as possible what it's about to play on the forward position in this team, and he's open-minded. He wants to learn very quick, and that's exactly what we need.
You've brought a couple of the younger players here as well this week. How important is it to integrate them into this environment and I guess give those guys an opportunity?
I think we have spoken very often about our way, about our Southampton way, that we want to give them the chance to be part of the team. It's not about only being part. It's about when you get the chance to train here, then you have to show up. And I think they show that they're really ambitious, and that's the most important thing for me, that they're working hard, they are listening, and you never know, suddenly you get the chance to play, and the important thing is that they get the chance to show up, and that's what I want to do.
And a number of those guys were ones who didn't have involvement in the first team last season. How important a message is that for, I guess, all the players in the academy in terms of that chance to be noticed?
Yeah, the academy players have to know that it is to get an invitation to work with us. It is nice, but it's only the first step, and the next steps have to follow, because it's not enough to be here once. But if you're here once, then you must show up that you are really professional, that you do maybe more than it's necessary to stay here, because otherwise you don't get so many chances to show up. And if you are here, then you must do it.
The second half of last season, after you came in, was obviously extremely positive for the club, and a lot of points, big performances in the second half of the season. How excited and optimistic are you looking ahead to your first full season with the club about what could potentially be achieved?
Yeah, I think it's we have to know that the Premier League doesn't. It's not possible to start in an easy way. So we have immediately very hard games to face, very strong opponents to face, and when we start in the league, we must be on the highest level that is possible. So we have to use the 6 weeks to get as best as possible in the season, take immediately points. The earlier we take points, the easier and the less pressure you have during the season. It's a long season, we know this, but you don't want to come another time in the situation that we have to that we are struggling or getting a lot of pressure because we are in the relegation zone or near the relegation zone. But you see, we have the first 4 games, 2 games at home against big teams, and away it's also not an easy game. So it is a tough schedule. But if you look at the schedule before a season, you never know. Every game you can take something, but every game you can lose. So it's about getting convinced about our strength, about our automatism and our habits. And if we are that, then we know that we can be a nasty opponent for every opponent. So I think for every team we can be a nasty opponent.
Altac on Sunday, first game of pre-season. How good a test is that to start with?
I think the first test is not really something that gives us a message for the future, but it's important after a hard week of hard working that we have a chance to play 2 halves with maybe 2 times different teams, and we try to show a little bit of what we were working during the week. Maybe this is the only reason why friendly games are important for the team. Try something new, and as a good finish from a tough week, I think it's a good test.
How much do you know about them, and what kind of a side are they?
I know that they are in the highest league in Austria. Always, I think, for a small club with good performance, with the possibilities they have, they make the most out of it, I think. And that means that it's a good test, a good first test for us, and we must be very clear and really focused.